guys, this is Tarot with Kittens, Weights, and Tarot, and today I'm doing a very special deck review of the Tarocchino Mitelli. And this was the tarot that was very popular around 1660, created specifically by Mitelli for the Bentivoglio family in Bologna, Italia. So let's take a look at the box. So this was put out by Lo Scarabeo, and I believe this is part of their triad of decks that they're putting out this year or over the next few years. So beautiful, beautiful box. Definitely will keep the cards nice and safe. So go ahead and take off this top and take a look at some of the things inside the box before we actually look at the cards. Okay, so first thing we have here is your official limited edition card number, and so I have deck 2818 out of the 2999 decks that will be produced. So limited edition copy. So wonderful. And then a little bit on the back. It says that is 62 cards, and we'll get to that in just a moment because that was the that was just the amount of cards that was used in this particular form of tarot. And then down at the bottom it does say that because the cards have not been treated with chemical varnish, they may not be suitable for shuffling. So I am going to find a a more suitable way to shuffle this deck so that I don't destroy it, because I do want to use it. I don't want it to just sit there. Okay, and then we have the title card here, and this is the actual backings of the cards. Let me get in nice and tight for you. Yeah, so they say once they're gone, they are gone. And it is actually a really good cardstock. Let's see if you guys can see. I mean, it has a sort of a slight sheen, but like it said, it hasn't been treated with any sort of chemical varnish, so I can feel kind of the regular cardstock edges. Okay, so this is the little mini book, and it's not really a guidebook per se. Like you know, it has the breakdown of all the different languages as per usual for Lo Scarabeo, but it does go into like who Mitelli is, what is, like, you know, his dad, who's actually rather famous, and you know, talks about artists being commissioned by you know, wealthier families with power to create certain card game decks, and this was a particular deck that was created before 1725 by Mitelli, and it was 62 cards because they take out cards number 2, 3, 4, and 5 of each of the suits. So like the 2 of cups, the 3 of cups, the 4 of cups, the 5 of cups. And you know, tarot was a game, you know, at the time. It wasn't I mean, they, you know, people could have used it for divination, but there was a particular game, you know, with the angel card, which is the judgment card, being the highest value number in the game. You know, each in the minors was a certain like value number, and it's all really interesting. It's a neat little read, but it doesn't tell you like specifically about any of the cards. It's more like background on the artist, and it says that this is just a reproduction of his original copper plates, which is pretty sweet. And unfortunately, no original surviving decks exist. Okay, so let's take a look at the cards, and I've kept them all in order. I did a little mini flip through of this during my live chat this past Saturday, so if you want to take a look at it, you know, I kind of compared it to a normal tarot card and showed that this was a lot skinnier and a little bit taller. Well, a little bit skinnier, like a smidge skinnier and a smidge taller than a normal tarot card, but here we go. So here we have the Fool, the Magician. And then this is where it gets interesting. So you see these four characters here. They've taken out the Empress card, and they have taken out the High Priestess. And this was just what Mitelli wanted to do. But then in 1725, the style changed, and due to some political goings-ons at the time, these were changed to the four Moors. So I found that to be rather interesting. And here you have love, Cupid, going off of Greek mythology, Roman mythology. Here you have the Chariot and Justice, the Hermit. This one's interesting. The Wheel of Fortune. I like how the money is just raining out. Here you have Strength. The Hanged Man. Yes, this guy's about to get his brains bashed in. That's definitely a new way of thinking, or not. Death card. Temperance. The Devil. If you can see the lightning here, this is the Tower card. And this one, although it looks like the Hermit card here with the stars, this is actually the Star card. And here you have Diana for the Moon and Apollo for the Sun. And then this would be the highest value card in the deck, for their game of tarot at the time, Tarocchino, so Little Tarot. And this is the Judgment card. And then you have Atlas with the World. Okay, and then you have the Roman numerals. They didn't start using Arabic numbering till later, so this deck is in the 1660s, still in the style of Roman numerals. And see that it jumps right to the sixes, so the Six of Cups, the pips, 7, 8, and so on and so forth. I like how the cups kind of change too. They said at the time they were using princesses in the deck instead of pages, but Mitelli opted to use another young boy as the page, or a page instead of a princess. And I like that the knights, they're facing kind of like different directions. So the Knight of Cups here is facing away from you. And of course you have your Queen. And they say that this may be a self-portrait of the artist. It does have his name there at the bottom. So I think that's kind of interesting for the Ace of Coins, or Pentacles. And he has some interesting characters. They say that this may have been people from the Bentivoglio family, the family that commissioned him to create this tarot deck. And that this was some of his favorite leisure activities. Then we get into a knight, and he's kind of awkwardly facing, which I think is interesting. I like the coins raining out again. And then Mitelli decided to use the Spanish style for this particular tarot deck, which uses straight swords and clubs instead of the Italian style, which would have had wands and curved swords. But he does kind of change up the style kind of here and there, and you'll notice that more in the swords suit. So look at those big clubs. I like the Queen just walking around with her club, like what? Okay, so here we get into the swords. So this straight sword, more a Spanish style. And then some of these are curved, so this would be more Italian style. And then here we have Italian and Spanish. So I think it's an interesting mixing of the two. And that big old sword. And there you go, there we have it. So, like I said, it says that it's not recommended that you shuffle this deck. So, on my live chat, people had suggested that maybe I put them all out on the table and kind of mix them all on the table and shuffle it that way. I could kind of just maybe run my fingers through and be like, okay, this is the card, there's different ways to shuffle a deck besides your standard side shuffle, which I'm I don't want to do, but I will definitely be using this deck, because I'm one of those people, it's like I don't like to just buy things and just to sit around. Like if something was made for use, then I will use it. Like tarot cards, I will use them. There won't be cards that I don't use. You know, I mean, what am I saving for them for? Like after I die? So anyway, so if we're gonna lay out some of these cards, let's lay them out right here. Say I'm doing a little nature reading. Just pulling these 3 cards. So there you go. That is the Tarocchino Mitelli, so Little Tarot, created by Mr. Mitelli for the Bentivoglio family. And this is definitely rather fascinating, a nice little piece of history for tarot. Those of you looking to get a little more deeper into the history instead of, you know, it's like people that, you know, for the longest time, well, I guess I still do. I collect Barbie dolls, you know, and you know, before it was just like I just like had them as dolls, you know, just for fun when I was a kid. But then as I got older, you know, I wanted to like look into Barbie, like, you know, where did Barbie start? Where did Barbie come? Same thing with tarot, you know, it's something that I have a lot of decks, you know, I want to start really diving into the background and like where did it come from so that I can appreciate it more, you know, as a tarot reader. So if you guys have any questions, just let me know in the comment section below, any questions and things like that, and I'd be happy to try to answer to the best of my ability. If you guys dug this video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up, don't forget to click subscribe, and don't forget to click that ding 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 notification bell for more videos just like this. And if you want to catch a reading with me, please head on over to www.kittensweightsandtarot.com. And hey, maybe you want to use the Tarocchino Mitelli deck, and just let me know upon booking, and that would be fantastic. I would love, 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 love to use this deck. And don't forget to join the KWT tribe over on patreon.com/kittensweightsandtarot, where yes, I am creating my own oracle deck. You guys will start seeing the cards for that in June. And the people on Patreon are helping to make that oracle deck become a reality, and I am so appreciative of their support and the support of everyone on this channel. So I will catch you spiritual homies later. All right, peace, love, and chicken grease. Peace out.